Hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan Davis, and I am one of the instructors in geospatial technologies at Southern New Hampshire University. This video is a continuation from video 1 for Google Earth, where we learned how to navigate Google Earth, measure distances, areas, and perimeters in Google Earth, and how to create points, lines, polygons, and save our data in Google Earth so that we can create maps or share information using KMZ formats. We are picking up from when we left or where we left off in creating saved KMZ data, and we're going to explore how to create maps using Google Earth. So that's where we're leaving off. So if you saved your KMZ file, you can go to it, and if you double click on it, it'll open Google Earth, and it'll zoom right to the area that the KMZ file exists. So if you remember from the last video, I created a Morty's Farm polygon, a Stacy's Farm polygon, a line that was a walking path from Morty's farm to the doghouse, and a line that's from Stacy's farm to the doghouse with a distance of 0.96 miles. So I have all of this information. So the assignment 432, your question 6, your screenshot, is to create a map using Google Earth, and you need to create 2 polygons, 2 lines, and 2 points. So you've watched me do everything but create the second point, and now you're going to be instructed to how to create the map in Google Earth. So if you've been following along as we've gone, all you need to do is create one more point, and that's it. So I'm going to go into Spot's doghouse. That point, so you have the Mesa farm here. If you open that up, here is all of our data. So I'm going to go ahead and edit Spot's doghouse. So if I go to right click on Spot's doghouse and go to properties, it goes to that edit area, and I'm going to change my place mark to something else. So you can change it to anything in here, or you can browse to an image or to a custom icon to use. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the green icon. So I have a green icon there. If I don't want to include the green icon, I can just make it so that it disappears by making it have a 0 opacity or transparency. So when I click OK, all you have is the label Spot's Doghouse, and on top of the label, Spot's Doghouse is on that shed or whatever that item is. Okay. So right now, I have Morty's farm, Stacy's farm, line path, line path. So what I'm going to do next is go to create a map. So you have 4 tools here that allow you to create different kinds of map. If you click here, this will take what you've built onto Google Maps. You can generate a image, you can print it, save it as a PDF, or you can email a map. What I'm going to do is go to save as an image. So you have different map options here, resolution, how you can save the image. You can go to print, and you see how it changes. We have a legend, so I have save PDF, print. So I'm just going to save it as a PDF because that's easy to email, that's easy to share. So if you see, I have an untitled map here. I have a legend here. I have a north arrow here, and I have a scale bar. And as you can see, when I'm zooming in, zooming out, the scale bar dynamically adjusts to based off the extent. So I'm going to go ahead, and this will be my extent. And all of these items in your legend are movable. If you left click and hold, you can move anything in your legend around. So I'm going to move, or anything in your map around. So I'm going to move the legend to over here so you can see more of the items in the map. So right now, I can continue to, I can put the legend here if I don't want it. So right now you can see both farms, and you can see here that you have Morty's farm in the legend, you have Stacy's farm in the legend, you have Spot's doghouse, and then you also have other items. Now some of these other items you might not want to include. So if you click on the edit button, you can turn off items. So I don't want the Best Western. I don't want the Blockbuster. I didn't know there was any Blockbusters. Turning off Feature 1, turning off Horizon, turning off Morrison Ranch, turning off Roy Group, unchecking the Breast Cancer Society, so that you only have items that you want. And if you change your view and you do refresh from view, it'll bring in other things that could potentially be displayed. So right now, as you can see on my legend item, these are the only things that are on my legend. So I'm going to move it over here. So my legend, I have the paths to the doghouse symbolizes farm to doghouse. I have KB Homes, I have Morty's farm, I have Stacy's farm, and I have Spot's doghouse here. So it kept it as if it was visible. So I'm going to go ahead and make the style visible. So I'm going to put it at 50%. So now it can be seen. It makes sense there. And then we also have an item like I don't want to include KB Homes. So I'm going to uncheck KB Homes, and you see once I close it, it's updated. The description for the map, you can title it whatever you want. I'm going to call this Farms to Doghouse. And then in my description, I'm going to say paths from Morty's farm to doghouse, and path from Stacy's farm to doghouse. So you have this big description. If you hit the return, you see it'll shrink it. So when it's closed, I can shift it, and then you have a title, you have a description, you have a legend, and you also have your north and scale bar, and you have your map here. One of the things with Google Earth is that it doesn't do lines very well. I'm not sure why that is the case, but it shrinks the line to make it very thin. But other than that, it does create maps pretty quickly, and it does a pretty good job in creating the maps. So when you're happy with what you have, when you're ready to send it along, you can create the PDF. If you're doing a screenshot, you can simply do your snip tool from here to here, but I'm going to go ahead and save this as a PDF, kind of show you what it looks like. So I'm going to save it to my desktop, and this will be the farm PDF. So when I save it, this can take a little while to prepare your PDF. It's pulling on the satellite imagery. It's pulling all your images. I've seen this take anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. And if you've created anything in ArcMap, it doesn't take that long to export the data. But this is free. It's easy to use. And you can create your maps in here, as you saw. To create all this information to go through the tutorial, it took to go through the entire tutorial, it took a little over 20 minutes. But to create these items, it'd probably take you, all the legend items in here, to take 20 minutes if you add attribute data. And as you saw, when I double clicked on the KMZ file, it opened up and went directly to the data that we had created in the first video. And you can email that what you've created to anybody that you want. And if they have Google Earth Pro and they double click on that KMZ, it'll open their version of Google Earth Pro and take them directly to what you have, and it'll have all the attribute data. If you have a picture, it'll have the picture included. So Google Earth is very helpful for creating data quickly, sharing maps quickly. If you have attribute information, it's good for a free way to organize your spatial data so that you're able to use it in your company or at your workplace. ArcMap is pretty advanced. It can be challenging to learn quickly, but Google Earth, it's pretty accessible. So I'm going to go ahead and close this down and then see if it made the PDF for me. I might have to update my PDF viewer. But yeah, so that's how you create a PDF there. It'll also do a JPEG or a PNG if you'd rather share it that way. So that concludes the Google Earth tutorial on completing these videos. You should be able to navigate Google Earth. You should be able to measure things in Google Earth, line distance, area, and perimeter. You should be able to create vector data in Google Earth, including points, lines, and polygons, and add attribute data or add pictures to that information. So I encourage you to download Google Earth on your own computer if you have the space. It's a very nice program to have. It's something that I use in conjunction with ArcMap in my education work and in my professional work. So thank you for listening, and good luck with this assignment. Remember, 2 polygons, 2 points, 2 lines on Google Earth, screenshot for question 6. Have a great rest of your day.